Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Inflammatory Talk.
It is.
We're not live yet. Wait.
No, we are live.
Oh, sorry.
We are live. Okay, sorry. We are live. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Rick Moranis was punched in the...
Douchebag.com.
Rick Moranis punched in the face.
Yes, this is the name of the show, Debbie.
Yeah.
Someone punched Rick Moranis in the face.
Really?
But did he have it coming?
Well, that's what I want to know. Was he invited? Was this an open invitation? Yeah. Or was this a surprise attack?
Did you see the video, Joey?
No, there's a video?
There is a video of him being punched in the face.
Oh, I'm going to post it in a second. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this.
Now, yeah, so Rick Moranis, it was a black man, so could it have been like an angry black man, racial vendetta issue of punching him in the face because he's white and Jewish, by the way. But, yeah,
well,
Rick Moranis was punched in the face.
Because he is Canadian, too. Don't forget.
Yes, he is Canadian.
He's Greek. I didn't know he was also Jewish.
Brian, can you send me that video? Because I can't find it.
Hold on a second. I'll tweet it to you.
I bet I can find it.
I don't know how to find it.
It's not on YouTube. It's on Twitter.
Oh.
Lou.
Let's go to Twitter. Twitter.bomb.
Who is it getting hit? Who is it?
Rick Moranis.
Last name Daly.
Okay. Below me. On. Rick Moranis attack. I already found it.
Me too.
Okay, here we go. 10 hours to go. Do you want to see it? Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes, I got it here.
Here it is.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, numbnuts.
Of course, Brian. How dare you?
There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna play it. It's short. It's only 25 seconds.
Yeah, it's only. So here he is walking. Here's a gentleman walking.
Walking. Black guy.
He's a black man. He's a black man. Yes.
Oh no, he's chocolate. Oh, that was just him. That was the suspect. Okay. There's got to be a video.
There's a video of him of him punching Rick Moranis. This is what he looks like.
Yes.
That's Rick Moranis. But Rick Moranis is 67 years old now.
Are you sure this guy's black?
What, the guy that punched him? That's what it seems to be. Maybe it's not.
Could be wearing a mask.
Now,
Colin Flaherty does have, has written like 2 books about racial hostility against whites. And this is something that happens
Honey,
more.
I Shrunk the Kids.
no, it's
So
white
he's
people
unprovoked
that
attack.
don't make the black guys angry.
Yeah, don't make the black kids angry, and white girls.
I just steps from Central Park.
What police say was a random attack that was caught by security. Suspect. CS2's Jenna DeAngelis reports.
A morning walk near Central Park
Ooh.
ended with a man getting sucker punched in the head, knocked to the ground. His attacker, ironically wearing an I Love New York sweatshirt, casually walks off. It turns out, 67-year-old victim is actor and comedian Rick Moranis, known for his roles in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Little Shop of Horrors, and Ghostbusters.
Are you the gatekeeper?
Scenes from this movie shot around the park, coincidentally near where police say this
Boom.
random Thursday morning attack took place at 70th and Central Park West.
You'll be looking over your shoulder a lot more often.
I'm worried about the fact that everybody's troubled, and they're so troubled, there's more crime.
This woman lives in the same building as Moranis, leaving him a note.
So I said I was really sorry to hear about it. We were on the board together of the building. Yeah. Nice guy.
Oh, shut up, old lady. That's enough.
Killed for some reason his children after he
Well,
lost
she
his
was
life.
defending him. Debbie.
Why didn't you like her, Debbie?
Yeah, but the thing of it is,
Because
I
we've
think
got the facts. He got punched. Get over it. Move on.
I think Colin Flaherty needs to do a thing on this segment because, like I said, and it could, I think the question is,
Moranis, get a line.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm losing my stoic. I'm losing my stoic.
I love you, Brian. I was joking.
Debbie's first funny joke of 2020. It was awesome.
Blow me.
We only have to wait till 2021 for it to happen again. Yeah, so we, I wonder if it is it too politically incorrect to point out the fact that the person who punched him could have a case of the racial vendettas against white people. He's a person with deep-seated racial vendetta issues. Maybe even listen, Debbie. You know what? If we went out for a steak dinner, you know what I would get you? I would get you a glass of water, and I would put a napkin under it. But you taste
God, shut up. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. It's a private joke, everybody. No,
yes.
A glass of water and a napkin. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I go into a coffee shop and I get her, a glass. I ask her if she wants a glass of water, and a little bit of piece of glass. I put a napkin under it.
Shut up, Brian.
Oh my God. Where the hell is that guy, man? I missed that son of a bitch.
Well, y'all ran him off, not me.
You know what? I used to hate his guts, and I thought he was such a piece of crap. But then I grew to like him, and actually, I really grew to like him more when I would hear him on the TRS show, and people would threaten him with violence. And then,
that's good stuff.
And then he started
to find that. I'm going to see if I can find that real quick. Go ahead.
Yes, find it, please.
And then he would begin to agree with me because he was kind of conservative, and he saw how off-hinged some of these race hustlers are. And he would be on the TRS show. It was kind of funny.
Wait, I think I found it. Okay, here we go. Here comes Mr. Jewish producer.
Oh.
It's good stuff.
Right. Okay. It's audio?
I mean, I can play it. I just have to hook up my my soundboard real quick. If you want to do that. It's great stuff, though. I could hear yours pretty good when you were playing that video. So here it comes. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a new one. This is called Seeking a Black Partner with Ask Mr. Solution. Here we go. I'm going to send you the link, JP. All right, here it comes. This ought to be good too. This guy's a riot, guys. You got to trust us. Carbon Radio. When seeking a black partner, ask Mr. Solution.
We're waiting on beta. Yeah, it was called TRS, and then it was also called Carbon Radio. Yes.
Yeah, I gave it to JP. It's in the chat room on Discord.
Oh, I was looking in the private. Okay. Let me go to it. Yes. All right.
For those of you that don't know, Mr. Solution was a very prim and proper African-American man. He spoke like, "Hello, Debbie, I'm so glad to see you again." And he was just he hated that movie. He hated Mr.
Where do I go?
Here we go.
In your immediate or in one's immediate family, you have to meet these people. They're strangers. So how do men and women meet in 21st century modern America? Well,
that's him.
It occurs with great difficulty, and oftentimes.
This is Mr. Solution talking about how to meet people.
Disastrous results, and I'm disastrous results in that people oftentimes don't meet. I have a little story to relate that's apropos that occurred to me just yesterday. It was amazing. Now, possibly it can be rectified, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But at any rate, we're talking about something that is a little bit oxymoronic. It should be really easy for men and women to talk to each other, to develop compatible common ground, or develop compatibility and, come together on common ground. But it just seems like our society really keeps us apart. And that's a horrible thing. Men and women are actually, created for each other. We need each other.
He was saying this 5 years ago. Imagine what he's saying now.
We need to connect. We need to socialize. We need to build. And this is men and women of all ethnicities. I mean, all men and women need to do this. And certainly it affects or impacts some groups worse than it does others. And so we just need to talk about the particulars of ice breaking, meeting each other. How is it done? How can we improve upon it? And those and things of that nature. So I take the
and everyone will be on the 90-second rule today as well. Well, you don't have to be though, Mr. Solutions Back. We'll be on the callers. Will be on the 90 seconds. We can't hold the mic for longer than 90 seconds. I'm just saying because we got a lot of lines, and I'm expecting.
This ought to get good. This ought to be good.
So we're just doing that so that everyone gets to say. Because I know as men, we've all got different takes on things.
Right.
Does this bring up memories, Brian, when you used to have conversations with that dude?
Well, I used to have conversations with both.
Yeah, both of these.
Mr. Solution and
is that poverty supreme, Brian?
Yeah.
And now, but now he goes by the name Good God Allah.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Please let it roll. Let it roll.
Some that work and some that certainly don't work. But I think just basically we need to prioritize relationships, not acting or communication. We need to prioritize communication. And I would say the fundamental ingredient of a relationship would be communication, effective, meaningful communication. But it must be prioritized because we see it's not just happening by osmosis. It's not just happening on its own. So we're going to have to blend it in. We're going to have to work it in. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't mind being controversial at all. If it's accurate.
At all.
Women have the most power in relationships. They have the most power for a number of reasons. Women have the most power at startup, and they have the most power during a relationship because generally men want to please women. That's just the way most men have been socialized, acculturated, so on and so forth. So women have the greatest power. Now, there's a guy, I don't, I'll quote him because, we're not huge on Blog Talk Radio, so most of us know each other or know of each other. But I stated some of these principles one night on All Facts Show, and he made the point. He says, if women initiate conversation with men, that makes it too easy. And I said, All Facts, you seem a little bit sane up until that point. And he was. I said, why should it be difficult to communicate with each other?
Why?
And, of course, he couldn't answer that. He just kind of laughed it off because when you really expose some questions, both the stater of the question and the listeners see the silliness of it. Why should meeting a woman or a woman meeting a man be inherently difficult? That makes no sense. That's like it's difficult to get in your car. Is it difficult to go in the store? That just doesn't make it. That's crazy. So meeting each other should be really easy. And what happens is we put the emphasis, in my humble opinion, in the wrong place. The emphasis between a man and a woman should be on the content of the conversation, not getting the conversation started, but the content of the conversation. And if we make it difficult to have the conversation, guess what? We never have the conversation. We end up just creating these obstacles to ourselves, which most men and women are very, very good at. And so what we need to do is just throttle it down, a couple of octaves, and just learn to talk to each other. And my advice to women, if they want to be with a man, with a quality man, they need to learn men. And they need to, like I like to say, increase their male IQ. And they need to talk to men. And just talk to random men. Men are okay. They're all right. Just learn to talk to them. Step outside of your comfort zone, which usually hasn't worked, and just start talking to men. Now, men who have a problem with that, just leave them alone. Leave them unto themselves. Because, to me, that's a breakdown in understanding. If you have a problem with someone just approaching you and attempting to socialize. So that's a problem, and we can talk about the implications of that. Low self-esteem, maybe a controlling attitude, both which equal a manifest dysfunctionality. So we can certainly talk about that. But I say to women all the time, I explain.
Hey man, this is the kind of guy, if you ask him what time it is, he'll tell you how to build a fucking clock.
Oh, he will go on and on and on.
He will talk your ass off.
I think this show is a good example of
Go forward. See if a caller calls in. Do it. Go forward.
It's a 4-hour show.
Just go forward.
Now, we could broaden it, but, specifically within the black community.
All right, let's go back a second.
For Big J to go next, then nobody after. I want to save this female for last, and I'm going to let Mr. Solutions go a bit further, and then, we'll stop him at a certain point. Based on the new
fuck is he saying?
Wow, that is a thick accent.
Oh, yeah. Now, to help you, you got to understand, though, if you ain't got a wife, and the reason why I said what I said earlier on about I've been approached by females, I'm just saying that if a female wants
can I finish what I was saying? You just cut me off.
Here they go.
Oh, no. Just trying to help you with what you're saying now. We live in
You can't help me what I'm saying. You know what I'm about to say.
Go on, brother. You say I was going to try and say.
You just cut me off, though. I'm just saying, if you want to talk, go ahead and talk, but you did just cut me off, though.
Go on, brother.
What I was going to say is that we live in a postmodern society. You have a breakdown within the fabric of society, where as though they took the woman out the house. Now she has to work. You know what I'm saying? Now she had received, and I'm dealing specifically, we could broaden it, but, specifically within the black community, where though the woman, she's becoming more successful. She's going to college at a higher rate than her black male counterpart. She's receiving a sufficient income.
All right,
and this is where you have the whole.
Here, Big J, and let me just ask you this, Big J. Do you think a sign of strength? You've defined what weakness in men is a sign of strength speaking your mind just as you did, in your opinion?
It's called speaking my mind and using common sense and logic, and some crazies come in there. Here is the problem.
In order, the cue, man.
It's just testosterone. But to try to pinpoint and say who should and who shouldn't, I think we're going beyond what nature has designed us to do. We need to get away from some of the idiocracy of and the baggage that we carry when we try to communicate to one another. We need to get back to
boring
humanness about ourselves.
This is pretty true, though.
You got to pick up. Remember,
no communication as a solution.
What I'm saying to you is that you can't.
Let's move on now, brother. Let's move on now. Let me see.
Poverty. I want to ask you a question. Okay, he's saying a woman has a way, but he's not saying what that way is. Now, can one non-verbally?
Wow.
I was going to agree.
And how old is he? We don't know that.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now I can really ABC you do this whole thing. Just say, you know.
And clicks. That's what I'm saying. So what happens is,
Wow.
the thing of it is, it's easy.
This is a 4-hour show.
Damn.
They go on and on and on.
Easy to criticize or tear down.
Go on, Renee. Go on, Renee. Go on, question. Go on, Renee.
I was gonna say, so Mr. Solutions is doing the advice tonight. I was gonna say, well, he's a real jackass. I mean, a jack of all trades. But anyway,
I see you got that in. That's real smart. So go ahead.
But yeah.
I'm not going to call you a name, but you go ahead because I know you're real smart.
You guys do a jack of all trades. That's a person that knows a little bit of everything. That was a compliment.
That was a
I'd like to ask her, Renee, how do you like for men to approach you? How should men approach you to get the maximum acceptance from you, Renee?
Be very friendly, not aggressive, not demanding. Basically,
And he has to has a job.
Like a Mac.
You said what?
Yeah, this is the same Renee that issues out the
like a Mac.
Hey, this is the Renee that issues out the coon tickets.
What?
Like the yeah, I give out coon tickets. But yes, like the.
But no, Renee, in all seriousness, how do you like to be approached by a man to make you just melt at his charm?
It's a you gotta have a balance of friendly but manly at the same time. And
go on, Chesmu, and then we're gonna move it on somewhere else. Go on, Chesmu. Solution.
Yeah, I kind of forgot my thought process.
I think I need to go back in the subject. Yeah, go on, Mama.
Yeah, I kind of forgot my thought process, but I guess I could, I feel as though I can speak from experience, having 19 years of marriage, 11-year-old son. Been out the game a while, you still keep your card.
Oh, wow.
Guys are broken. This is where I think Mr. Solutions is coming from when he's saying that, well, females should make more. So he knows who you are. He knows that you like me. He knows his traits, basically. Females know what men like her and what men don't. You see what I'm trying to say? But
all right, we're going to bore everyone to tears.
Yeah, it's boring me to tears.
Let's fast forward a little bit, Joey.
All right. We're at the 2-hour mark.
In the sand and leave a very sensitive part exposed if you want, but the truth is the truth. Marriage is
say something.
People who tend to get married, don't get married to get the full. So we don't even want to put that. I wouldn't want to put that into someone's head. Because people who get married don't go into a marriage.
They do like you. They won't pretend that they don't. In America, a woman can like you, and she'll pretend that she doesn't.
Exactly.
That's immaturity.
Right.
Even females do that in the UK, brother. Hey,
not to the same degree. What's the divorce rate in the UK?
Don't do that crap there.
There's a small percentage, based on the feminist movement and based on the way most women act. Now, this would actually help women be better partners if they would understand what men have to go through in dealing with them. But it's been estimated that
you need to lose some baggage. That's what it sounds like to me.
Hold on a minute. You need to lose your rudeness. It's been estimated that only about 10% of women in America make good girlfriend and good wife material. Now, if you're one of the lucky men to find a woman like that, more power to you. But let's not act like there are a lot of just wonderful women out there, because there aren't.
You find a good woman. You're giving the statistic like they have asked every woman in the world, and they haven't. They have not even asked every woman in the state.
She is emotionally available. She is.
Hey, everyone, we got some more. Hey, Mr. Solutions, we got some more lines on.
Yeah, she asked me to define a good woman, Supreme. I would like to do that at some point.
Yeah. All right,
a good woman.
You do that.
We got to hear that.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. A good woman is a woman who is supportive of her man. She is emotionally available. She doesn't have all these stalkers, because a lot of women are dangerous. You hear of a lot of men getting hurt and killed because of these crazy men that this woman had chosen that are still after her. And a woman needs to let a man know, and vice versa. If a man has crazy women chasing him, he should let a potential partner know that. But I'm just saying, if you look at the available pool of women, and this is even if the man approaches, he does all of that traditional stuff, a lot of women are still not, in a position to be a good girlfriend or a good wife. A lot of them are selfish. They will, put the man through untold stress because they really don't care about men. A lot of women do not care about men, and that's a problem.
Are you telling me that you make your judgment that you might not want to deal with the females from the United States based on statistics? And does this include white women and Asian women and all of that? Or is that just talking about black women?
No. I'm just talking about women. When I usually, look, obviously there are things that you can attach to different groups. But I don't care if a woman is a good woman, and I think this is true with most men who are sane and mature. If a woman has these attributes, she's supportive, she's emotionally available, she has this respectfulness about herself. She is respectable. A man will spend time with that woman and try and get to know her. But if she's selfish, is going out to 4- and 5-star restaurants and buying her stuff all the time, if the relationship is all about her, which many times it is, then of course a lot of men don't buy into that.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
I can.
No, Jackie's. Go on, Jackie.
Okay.
Then it's Vanessa.
Hi, I want to something that was said earlier. I think Sister Arla, she made some really good examples about people, men and women, being broken and not trying to fix the problems within themselves, but they want to get into a relationship. And we got this thing now where people think that somebody's supposed to accept their flaws when they get in a relationship. Now, I'm flawless. I'm not accepting your flaws. When you come to me, you better be correct.
Bitch,
no baggage and all that stuff like that. So a lot of times, a woman
bitch off.
is
Muzzle
not
that
talking.
dog.
I'm speaking on when you
Muzzle
mentioned about this one. In a relationship, I gotta accept this because there's nothing else out there. No, you don't have to accept people's flaws. You don't. That's a choice.
But Jackie, how do you forget about your previous relationship until you get and you find a woman to fill that void? You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you about my previous relationship, Supreme. I was married for 10 years. I was very supportive of my husband, and this nigga was lost. I followed him around for 10 years, helping him pursue his dead-ass dream. I wasted my 20s.
You like that, Nick?
Being a supportive wife. You know what? Being a supportive wife. Listen, being a supportive wife, being a supportive mother. I mean, not mother, but lover and woman to this man. I supported him for 10 years, and he was going nowhere. We as women, we have to make sure that we make a good decision, and we are not submitting to niggas that's going nowhere. And that's what I said about set the clock. That means for both people. And it's just like when he said about this woman in a relationship, you make it all about her, and it's gonna all be about her. That's because that's how you started off. You can't change it. Then if you started off making it all about her, then that's how she's gonna take it. And when it's not all about her no more, which is something that you did, then she's gonna go to somebody else that makes her feel how she wanna feel. If you made
Jackie, would you take a man on a first date?
Would I? Jackie.
Yeah, I agree with you, by the way. What you said previously, I agree with you. I would only ask you why you selected that man in the first place. But anyway, moving past that,
I was a drug dealer. I was a drug dealer, and he was a drug dealer, and we was making money. And that's what it was.
You broke up. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
Jesus.
That's why I chose him in the first place, because I was a drug dealer, and he was a drug dealer. So we had a next time and then we fell in love. But then when that started, the relationship was over and it was time to grow up. He didn't want to grow up, and I was following him for years after that.
But Jackie, hold on one second. But one second, Jackie, but you was following a drug dealer, so that was suspected. I mean, it's not like you. Thank you, Yasha. I mean, you saw a drug dealer. So what do you expect from a drug dealer? It wasn't like you saw as a regular guy had a regular job.
Right,
you know,
but we don't have to go on.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Hey, let Vanessa go.
Missing the
Let
point,
Vanessa
guys.
go. Off the
I fell in love with a drug dealer.
Go ahead.
Vanessa,
All right.
you know what? Yeah, go on, Vanessa. You're next, sister.
Okay. Hey, everybody, listen. I want to engage in that conversation that you guys have. But first, let me address Mr. Solutions on something that he said earlier. Now, earlier he was saying, you know, women want this, and this is what women want, and women choose these type of men, and blah, blah, blah. Mr. Solutions, let me just say this to you respectfully. You really need to stop speaking on behalf of females, okay? Stop speaking on behalf of women. You don't have a vagina. You don't have breasts. You know, you don't have any of that stuff. So, you don't know how we think. You don't know our passions, and you don't know our thoughts.
Oh,
all right. So when you say stuff like, "Well, women, they want this type of guy. They want that type of guy. All these women, they want bad guys." Let me tell you something. For every one woman that wants a so-called bad guy, there are 10 women that want a great guy with good character. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so
you initiate conversation.
And I'm almost finished. I'm just about done. Okay.
Okay, sure. Proceed, wonderful woman.
Okay. So there are millions and millions of women in the United States with different tastes, different personalities, different preferences and choices. So please stop trying to be the spokesperson for the American woman. Just stop it. Okay? Because you don't know what we do.
Let me respond to you. You don't date those women, so you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no. You said this is what women want. If you would have said,
I know what women want because I date women exclusively.
Hold on a second. If you would have said,
It's
you know,
confusing. Let her finish solution and you can respond.
What I'm saying is, maybe you need to change the verbiage then, because you said this is what women want. Women want this type of man. Women want that type of man. You're not a woman. You don't have a cooch. You don't have breasts. You don't know what we want. You can say that you noticed something. You can say, oh, I went to a bar and I saw X, Y, and Z. So, I was in a relationship with somebody and this girl did me so bad. So it's my impression that all of them are bad. You can talk about your own personal experience. You can talk about a relationship that you were in, but you can't say this is what women want. Women want this type of guy. Women want that type of guy. All these women X, Y, and Z. That's when you were wrong for what you said. Now maybe you need to change the verb. Like I said, maybe you need to change the verbiage a little bit. But you can't say what you think we want, because when we do it, we get, and that's why I stopped doing it. Okay, I caught myself because guys tell us, you always telling men what they want. You always telling me, you always speaking for men. You women need to shut the hell up, blah, 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 blah. That we're told this on this show a lot from some men, not all, but men tell us we're always telling you guys what y'all think. So I'm just saying.
Have you finished? It seems like you have. There's a pregnant pause. Look, I do know what I'm talking about. And just like I would ask you this, I date women, and I listen to women talk about women. I listen to men talk about women. So I do know what I'm talking about. But allow me to ask you this question. Do you initiate communication with men? First of all, do you want a good man? Are you single, and do you want a man?
Well, it depends on the situation. If you're talking about if we're at well, Hans, I'm going to answer your question. God, it depends on the situation. If we're at the gym or something like that, somebody looks over at me and I say, "Hey, how you doing?" He'll say, "Hi, how?" It depends on the situation. If I'm in a dark alley and somebody walks,
don't be silly. I didn't ask you that. Now, would you pay for a man?
You know what? You need to stop being so angry and let a woman finish. Okay, I'm giving you a scenario.
What you said is not characteristic.
I'm done. You know what? I'm done. Go to the next person, Supreme. I'm done. Go to the next person.
Okay, what she just said is not characteristic of what
I'm done. This is between wanting a man and wanting a specific man. This is different. You can tell a woman that wants a specific man.
Let me finish my point. I have never said that anybody should meet anybody in a dark alley. That's a red herring. And
I know that, but you know what? I'm just making a point. Sometimes I use humor. Okay, all right, okay. Because I see where this is going, and I see that I can't have a dialogue with you, so I'm just going to pause. I'm going to pass the mic to the next person. Okay? All right.
When you make hyperbolic statements like that, no one suggested you meet anyone in a dark alley. That's absurd.
Okay, got it. Next.
Please. My question to her is understand. Would you initiate
I got a question. Why is that absurd? If she throws that out, that's absurd. But a woman is wrong because she doesn't automatically accept a man off the street that says hi to her. To me, that's absurd.
Because no one asked anybody to meet anybody in a dark alley. Did you hear what she said?
You didn't let me finish. I was making a point, but you got so angry and you kept trying to talk over me. You wouldn't let me finish. So I see I can't have, like I said, I can't have a dialogue with you. I don't know what is wrong with you. Something is wrong in your head. I can't dialogue with you. Like,
go ahead and make a point instead of criticizing me. Something is wrong with you.
Please stop being so angry and just listen to what people are talking. When you were talking about, when you were saying what women want, the ladies were quiet. When you were saying, I'm sorry.
This is so good.
When you were saying, women want this and women want that, the women didn't say anything. They were quiet. Nobody talked over you. Nobody screamed. Nobody raised their voice. So give the same respect to everybody else. If you don't agree, let the person finish. Then when they're done, then you can go ahead and say something. Okay? All right. Next person.
Jeez. Oh, thank you for that.
Well, we want Big J. Big J wants to go. Go on, Big J.
All right, let's see what Big J has to say.
I would like to ask Mr. Solutions here a question here. Now, how do you go up to a woman? I mean, I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about when you was like 19, 20, before you got, before you turned like 30. How did you approach women? And let me say something on the tip that somebody said though that you married to the lady who married a drug dealer. That is what you expect that was going to happen. Anybody that why are you mad? Mad when you was doing.
Wait a minute, hold on. Before you pass judgment, I was 20 years old. I was 20. And if you look out,
you didn't state it as if you was mad anyway.
And that was about 20 years ago. If you look out in the world right now, these kids at the same age I was back then is doing the same thing and following the same shit. So you can't pass judgment. You can't pass judgment on me because of that. I changed my life around. He didn't.
And good for you, Jackie.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, and she didn't state that to be. She wasn't stating that because she was upset. She was just using it as an example. She was just speaking on it. Not that she was upset. With your opinion of it or anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, then. I'm sorry if I sounded judgmental or mean, but the way.
All right.
You were on the floor. So what reason do you have to accept that as a man? You can say to this woman, you know what, you got some emotional issues going on. I don't have that in my life. And if I deal with you, it might spill over. And you get that shit in check first, and then we can date or whatever. You can say that to people.
Right. Well, the thing is, we learn as we get older. I think I know much more of what I want than I did then. And I think that's true with most of us as we age a little bit. But I'm just having a conversation. And earlier, Jack, you weren't here, but the conversation revolved around, first of all, recognizing the communication breakdown between men and women. And a lot of people here on this line are in denial that there's a problem. And that's why I told Supreme that if the people don't acknowledge there's a breakdown in communication between men and women, well, they are going to try to fix it. They're going to defend their position. They're going to attack. I just told you how to do it.
All right. Did everybody leave? I think everyone left.
Sounds like it, huh?
Oh, you're here. Okay. Even Brian left.
No, I'm here. I was listening to that. I was listening.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to keep playing it?
Why don't we keep playing it a little bit? Maybe we can. Hopefully, we can see some more.
We're almost through it.
I'll tell you this though: the best one was when Mr. Solution was trying to talk finance to talk real solutions. That is still the most classic. Is Debbie still online, or has she gone away?
I think she went to bed.
Good night, Debbie.
Debbie. What's that? What do you want to do?
Continue a little bit.
Good chat.
I heard you say that. And I heard you bring up playing games too. And the game the woman plays is I'm going to play this game to try and get him interested in me and only me. And the game the man plays is I'm going to try and get her interested in me. And I'm going to try and get her interested in me. And I'm going to try and get her interested in me and her and her and her. That's the communication breakdown.
Yeah, right. But I think what we were trying to do, at least Supreme and I, is just increase the necessary conversation between men and women. Just give some ideas. And one of the points I made is because a woman is not held to the same standards as a man, it's easier for a woman to access a man. It's easier for her to open a conversation with him. She doesn't have to have, a line. She can just say, hi, how are you? And just engage in a polite conversation. And so that's what we were saying, because as you increase your circle of individuals, whereas you have a pool of individuals that you can engage friendly conversation with, you improve the odds of ultimately finding someone that you're compatible with. So we just want men and women to talk and be friendly with each other. That's all.
Brother, I feel that you're being lazy by saying, well, women should. That's all made it all fun. I mean, some of the rejections that I've seen my friends go through, even me, I've had.
But Supreme, how am I being lazy if we both want the same thing? If we both want,
wow, is he mealy mouthed or what?
Both want the same thing. How am I being lazy? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I feel like you want it easy on your plate. My queen played hard to get with me. She played hard to get. She was giving me all types of mixed signals and stuff like that. Just one of those things that I
understand what you're saying, Mr. Solutions. I understand what you're saying.
Jackie, I'm glad it broke through. But see what Supreme is saying, if a woman is playing hard to get, let me tell you,
If you notice the pronunciation of a word, I use this all the time. If you put the accent in the wrong place, you pronounce the word the wrong way. Okay. Now, with women and men, the emphasis should be on the conversation, not being hard to get. Because that's the silly game that doesn't advance the ball and doesn't lead any one of them to anything except wasting their time. A woman being hard to get or a man...
Why you can't be playing, Mr. Solution?
Excuse me, say it again?
I said, why the word can't be playing? Why it gotta be the hard to get part? Why it can't be playing? I mean, if I approach you and you playing games, I mean, what obligation am I under to approach you again?
Huh?
Well, right. That's what Supreme used that word. I just used the word hard to get because he said the woman was playing hard to get. Well, and I said to a guy, Jackie, not long ago, I said, he said, well, if the woman talks to the man, see, people are scared of men and women being together. A lot of people are threatened by that. He said to me, the gentleman said to me, if the woman talks to the man, then that's too easy. And I said, what the hell is too easy? What is that? And the person obviously saw the ridiculousness of having made that statement, and they just kind of backed down. Now, that was all facts. And I like all facts to some degree. Having made statement.
I heard you saying that earlier. Can I give you one example of that? I got a coworker here, and I'm really outgoing, and I'm flirtatious, and I smile and greet everybody. And she is the they call her the bitch. Now, this is just how it is in America. She's the light-skinned one. We're both natural. She's the light-skinned one. I'm the dark-skinned one. Men, they just automatically got to the light-skinned one. And they always talking to her, and she's just all attitude and, you know. And I watch this and I laugh, and they constantly try, and they get the same response. And I always think to myself, why the hell y'all keep bothering her? And y'all know what y'all... And then after 6, 7, 8, 9 times, because men, they can't, I don't know what the fuck it is about rejection. They don't like it. She's saying, no, I don't like you. And I guess he's taking it that she's playing hard to get. But she's not playing. She's serious. I don't like you. Get out my face. Don't say hi to me. If I want to speak, I'll speak to you.
Nick, stop playing hard to get.
No, this is how she is, though.
Jackie.
Everybody starts
Jackie. Hey, Mr. Solution, there was... Hold on, sister. Hold on. I just want to set up something. I'm going to bring back Sister Jackie. I just muted them quickly. Do you see, Mr. Solutions, the breakdown in communication? That brother's been turned down X amount of times, but he keeps thinking that she's playing games with him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Rick Moranis got punched in the face.
This is the breakdown in communication. Now, he should just give it up.
Oh, were you speaking to me, Supreme? Yes, you're right.
It's more. So then once she starts seeing the reaction that she starts getting from people, and this is the part I don't like. Now she takes on my personality, and she acts just like me. Now they nice to her.
Well,
they're nice the first time. It's not sometimes every time somebody say hi to you, sometimes they are not trying to get with you. They're just probably just being nice.
If there's not a sale, nothing follows. If there's no contact, nothing follows. And there's nothing, and I say, I submit to you, absolutely nothing. I study public policy. And there's nothing that would prevent a mature adult 21st century American woman from initiating a friendly conversation with a man. But far too many women don't do that. And they hide behind, well, I'm traditional. Well, I'm old-fashioned, which is all bullshit. And I dismantle that every time. Even a woman 60 years old can't use that argument. Because generally, she's not old-fashioned. Am I coming through? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. I don't say...
Let me just finish this. Let me just finish this thought, if I'm... And so, if women don't like to be... If they don't like approaching, okay, fine. Then don't look like you've been weaned on a lemon when a man approaches you. your point.
Jackie, that's the
But why
problem.
can't you be a woman and woman up and just say what you want and go after it? Why would you do? Why would you?
There's two reasons for that. Number one, it might not be your business. It might not be your business that I want that man and not you. You know, I might want to keep you on the back burner. I think they call that a fallback these days. I might want you to be the fallback just in case he never comes. So I don't want to just cut you out like that. It could be that.
No, Jackie, you are funny. You're really,
Jackie, you causing problems.
you're really
Jackie.
funny.
Tell you what. Let me say something. Let me say something. Jackie's causing problems, Jackie. Let me say. Let me just say this. Let me say why Jackie's causing problems, because that's.
You shouldn't be doing that.
It don't make a difference. Listen, it don't make a difference what it is or who you are. If somebody is treating you in a way that you don't want to be treated, or the shit is going nowhere, you can't say to that person, you owe me truth, or you owe me to treat me this way. The only thing you can say is, you not treating me right, I'm out. To be honest, how many times have you went out of your way for a woman when you take the
sister, I want to hear you answer that one.
Okay, you know what? I hear feedback, and I thought somebody was talking. I'm sorry. Listen,
Someone's from that Uber conference, man.
Huh?
Tyrone, hey, what, can I mute your line or something? Or I don't know. Hey, go on, sister.
Okay.
Maybe I can feedback.
Here's my answer. I would really like if someone could just be honest and say, listen, I find your, or whatever he really, whatever is not his line, but if he just says, listen, I find you attractive, you know, X, Y, and Z, you know, however your game is, and say, listen, you know, I would like to be with you. It just depends. You may catch me at a great time. I may say, oh, no, I'm not interested. Or you may catch me in a freaky mood, but at least I know where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But don't play games with me. Just actually don't even be bothered at all. That's what I would prefer if you just don't even be bothered at all. But I would prefer, like, I know someone will say, oh no, hell no, I wouldn't want somebody to say that to me. But I would want you to at least give me the opportunity to say yes or no. Give me the opportunity to say, oh no, beat it, I'm not interested. Hello? At least give me that. Wait. Let me finish. I stopped because I thought somebody was talking about it, but I guess not. But at least give me the opportunity. At least give me the opportunity to say, no, I'm not interested. Or you never know, if you guys come at a woman like that, especially if you come with a little bit of class, she may say, okay, that's all I want too. I just want to get mine off too. Or she may say, oh, hell to the no. But at least be honest with the woman and give her that option instead of buying lunches, and then when you think you're not getting them, you get mad, pissed off. Now you're mad at all women. You see what I'm saying?
No. Sister, that ain't gonna work, sister. If a man does that, that's...
Buying lunch. But go ahead, whoever that was, I think that was Renee.
Nobody. It was nobody.
Better find someone in a neutral surrounding, maybe at a library, at your work. That would be your best. Some females don't want to deal with workmates, but those are probably the best, you know, the best thing that you can find to a partner based on the fact that you see them and you interact with them every day. So you know,
Damn, Supreme, you better not be
I've never advised to date someone. Can you hear me?
I think that's a good point.
Dating someone at work for a man who likes his job, that's deadly. I mean, I've seen this happen really many a time. EEOC regulations are very strong. A woman can go to HR and turn you in, and they'll actually fire you or punish you because they don't want to risk a lawsuit.
This is true. This happened to me. I don't know if that's ever been something anyone's dealt with. They say don't shit where you eat, and the workplace idea is a very, very difficult one. All right, Brian, I'm done with this, man. I'm done with you.
I'm done with this as well. Jamal X Jamal X. I wonder if he'll ever join our show. I could see if, you know what, man. I'm gonna, you know what. Jamal X. Let me. I think he DTM.
You sound manic. You sound like
gonna-
Gossip Girl after getting electrocuted.
I'm going to send him some here. This is in the StreamYard. I wonder if he can click on it. No, Jamal X has now been one of my. He's one of the fans of our show. A violent person, by the way. And actually, I don't think this works. Though.
Oh, Jamal X is here. Jamal X is here. I see. Welcome
But
to the show.
I put him in the StreamYard, but I don't think he can.
We played this for a reason. This is a couple of guys that you used to have very lengthy conversations with.
Oh yeah. I was when I had my No White Guilt show. A lot of these individuals would show up. In particular, Mr. Solutions and Poverty Supreme, a black British man would show up. What?
You got caught in a loop.
What loop is that?
It's the low quality production loop.
Oh, did I was I Patriot Gregging or something like that?
You just anyways, so Mr. Solution, in my view, used to basically clean the floors with you. I mean, there was a time when I was worried for your sanity because he would just pile drive you, and then at some point it was almost like watching Rocky, and you just started smashing at him. And then all of a sudden you were in like kind of cruise control for a while with the way the shows were going. And around that time, our shows just got completely taken down.
Yeah.
After a couple of bad decisions on our part. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right on that. Anyway, let's call it a day, Joe. Rick Moranis punched in the head.
Yes, he did.
Not a good thing. And we went reminiscing about Mr. Solution.
What did the assailant look like?
Well, he didn't look like Jamal X, but he was a black man.
Jamal X, he could even call in right now. So we have the number posted there, 310-668-1969.
If you'd like to call in. We should find him on our show sometime. And
yes, or come on the show sometime. We'll do a whole show with you.
Encroachment, and I can tell him why I believe that encroachment should follow. People should be able to use lethal force to stop encroachment. I believe in that, by the way. I believe that a person who's encroached upon and acted, and someone is acting violent, only a slave would not use every method at their disposal to stop that.
But there are violent acts that happen. Typically, because this is a news story that came off of the mainstream news wire, I'm not so sure. But we did hear a story earlier tonight that was real, and it was bizarre. But I guess things happen. Things happen.
I try to avoid violence, but I have my rights. And there's some people, like some of these individuals out there, I wouldn't want to meet without armed guard, and I'd want to be armed myself, by the way. And
All right. Anything else?
I think that'll do it. Hey, like and subscribe. I know the show is a little bit long, a little long-winded, but we do say some. I think we say some interesting things here. Hopefully, we can get we'll be able to get some interesting guests over time, and we can talk about a number of issues and a number of topics. We're for freedom of speech, freedom of expression, self-defense for those. At least I'm for self-defense in an extreme way at those who want to violate freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I think citizens should have the right to use extreme measures to defend themselves against things like encroachment and violent acts. And if someone takes a swing at you, you should have the right to respond. Everything is on the table after that. So that's just my opinion. Anyway, I don't think he's going to call in, but thoroughly disagree.
Apocalypse, I give you the last word.
Visit the website, debbiedaily.com.
Yes, debbiedaily.com. Best website around.
Best.
Our website is coming up, and like I said, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Hopefully, we can have some juicy, delicious debates and come to clarity, not necessarily understanding. We are a very divided nation and really a divided world right now. And I think that hardcore, brutal honesty is necessary. So, yeah.
Boom.
There we go. Thank you. Let's call it.
Right. That's it. Good night.